Good morning and welcome to this special edition. I do a few special editions. I did one last night to the chagrin and laughter of some of you guys. This special edition is Reaper Minis, and especially with the Reaper's Minis Mr. Bones 4 coming to an end. This Saturday is the countdown to the end. So, what I want to talk about. I want to talk about why are these Kickstarters from Reaper a good investment. Now, I know some of you are finicky connoisseurs, and some of you look at Reaper stuff as subpar in the military figures thing, especially when you're talking Warhammer and all these other things. Reaper is not trying to be Warhammer. That's the first thing I'm going to say. And the cost of it tells you they're not trying to be Warhammer, but they're not the cheapest kid on the block either. They got good quality. I'll be very frank. I've had many Reaper minis and I've had very little issues with the figures not standing up to the test of time so far. Okay, so what do I love about them? Well, I'm going to show you some things. And again, one of these days I'll get a camera that does better zoom and justice. But for now, I'm going to show you some of the greatness. My fiance and I have been working on the Mr. Bones 3 Graveyard Mausoleum add-on. Now, as you can see, it's a really neat deal. And it's got a lot of detail. If you go into here, these are dead skeleton types with the shields, with the banners on them. The door opens. Yes, the door does open. It also has a base with a little ritual symbol on it. Now, I don't have that over here right now. This thing right here alone, I love the artwork on it. Okay, ignore our painting job. We do our best we can. And that's something I want to say is you go into Reaper Minis, please don't beat yourself up about how well you paint them. You paint them as you paint them, okay? You're going to learn shading. You're going to learn the wash technique where you darken them or age them. You're going to learn all these things just like I'm learning. See, it goes back to my fingers up here. I love when it follows my face because the camera gets some really cool stuff. But keep this in mind. They are great minis. I love this worm. Oh my lord. That came also in the graveyard set. Love him to death. He is one of my favorite little worms. Got the arms, got the rocks, got the mouth, got the eyes. Love the worm. And again, this is Rick Morey paint job, so forgive me. I dirtied him up a little bit, made him not look like this beautiful, pristine worm coming out of the ground. My fiance Kim took on the task of one of my favorite Reaper minis, and that is the giant skeleton. And I mean, it is a giant's skeleton. And my fiance did one, forgive my language, hell of a job when it came to muddying him up, dirtying him up, aging him, and making him just look meaner than anything. And yes, that is a gravestone hammer he has with the gravestone. Love it. So one fierce little critter you can throw out there. She also did the sarcophagus. I love her detail. And I wish I could zoom up and show it to you. But again, it's good enough detail that when you open it, so let's open it. Inside there's a bed with a rose on it. Nice little vampire's coffin. So beautiful place. Now there are some minis you can put inside there, so keep that in mind. I love the altar. Now the altar, it has a little bend to it, but the altar is just one sick looking. These are bronze skulls. That's blood she put up there on the altar and going down the front. So this is one wicked, aged looking altar of sacrifice. But there is more. Then I did this, and I still work in progress, but the headstones also with the bronze skulls on. Now, from the immortal Michael Mordor, there is the Red Mantis Assassin. This is why he is a better artist than me at doing this. He knows all the techniques. Wish I could zoom in a little more to give you the detail of the eyes. He did a tremendous job. Sent it to me. Great guy. Love his work. I love the Flying Lich. This is my Flying Lich. He's the epic Lich, and he is mean. I got his skull done in here. I got his hand where he's doing this. He will be great in one of my campaigns. there is more. The Wraith. The Grave Ghoster Wraith. Love it. My fiance did the work on this. Tremendous detail. She has them going in and out of the stone, makes it look so smooth. It's just amazing. And yes, she did the mimic. Now, they don't call it a mimic, they call it something close to it. But to me, it will always be the mimic. There's the treasure on top. Um, Another Grave Knight or Lich. Love it. I just have it grayed, but he is going to be one heck of a figure. And then the Grave Ghost. Love him. He's just gray right now, but we're going to get him all set up. Why am I saying this? I'm giving you examples of their minis and somebody who's painted them, okay? They're not that hard to paint. Now, I do recommend several things on the painting thing. And one thing I'll emphasize the most, some sort of a magnifier, great brushes for starters, and then get yourself acrylic paints. Why acrylic? Some people like the metallics, some people like other things. Acrylics are easy if you make a mistake to dump them in hot soapy water and it will come off. Or you can put it into nail polish remover and it'll come off and not damage the mini. So you can start over again. Keep this in mind. Now, to the Kickstarter. Folks, if you are not on this Mr. Bones 4 Kickstarter, my whole question, why not? Look, I'm struggling to get by too, but on this one, I recognize the value of this, all right? I have sunk now $210 towards it. Now, stage by stage. Unfortunately, you're going to have to get in at the tail end. That is the unfortunate part of this. Those of you that have waited. Don't miss out. Yes, it will take them a year to produce that. I'm fine with that. I would love them tomorrow. We all love our things. But let me tell you, this is one of their add-ons recently added. Now, anything in green means that's something that for the $100 pledge, when you pass a certain goal overall with them, that is included. So you start out with one small group of 50 minis. It is now over 100 minis for $100. With tax and everything else and shipping, you're probably at 125, 130. All right. How many minis of all sizes, and I emphasize all sizes, can you get for $100 that have this kind of detail? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Most of your stuff, even your nozzlers, ones you can paint, or nozzles, pigment painting groups, and more, you cannot get for that, all right? Not in the quantities that I've given you. Now, let's look at, oh God, they got the classic horrors coming. They got the Mummy King, the High Priestess, the male construct, the female construct, which are basically your flesh golems, your vampire countess, and your vampire lord. This is coming, folks. Coming. All right? As an add-on. It's when they hit $2 million, which they're not far off. They're 100,000 off. And then they have the Lost Valley. Oh my God, they added this in. The Lost Valley, where you've got savages and lizard folks and dinosaurs. Good golly, Miss Molly. That's a $50 add-on. What does that mean? Once you add that $50 add-on, anything that unlocks under that, okay? So this is expansion 2 with all your stegosaurs and everything else. That is going to grow. You see the question marks. At different points, that grows automatically. They have the Dark Reach, okay? That's your Underdark. What are some of the ones they have? The Phase Cat or Doppler Cat. They've got a Dark Watcher. It's kind of an eye tyrant, isn't it? They've got the Dark Elf Female Warrior, the Dark Elf Priestess, the Dark Elf Male Warrior. 3 Dark Elves, folks. When's the last time you got 3 Dark Elves in one pack? But we haven't stopped here. They have Trogs. When's the last time you got some Troglodytes? You didn't. Troglodytes don't get produced. Shrieking Fungus. When you're in the Underdark, you got Shriekers, you got purple fungi, you got all kinds of fungi you find down there. It's fungi among you. You have the Deep Gnome Captain and Scout. For those of you the gnome lovers, they're over here. Then you got the Bloodstone Gnomes. Those are the crazy as all get out gnome clans that go nutty. You get the Scragger, the bodyguard. You get a fungal bruiser, a fungal guardian, and a fungal handmaiden. Now, this is all in the $50 adder that you put for this, all these figures. The Bloodstone Tunnel Knight, the Bloodstone Priest and Imp, all up here. You get the Fungoids, the Burrowing Behemoth. Can you say Umber Hulk? The Cave Spider, the Acidic Ooze, the Gray friggin' Ooze over on that side. The Deep Elf Gnome Rogue, the Deep Elf Gnome Warrior, and the Deep Elf Gnome Cleric. All the Sverfnebli that are coming into play. The Fungal Queen in the middle. The Crystal Formations. The Dark Elf Elite. You get an elite female warrior and the priest. You get the Gloomstalker, the Dark Elf on a throne. Can you say Priestess of Loath? And then the Carnivorous Pudding, the black or brown pudding. All of that. They've got the Rulers of Hell. There's 2 Rulers of Hell plus a major Hellion from Hell. All these are add-on things that you can do, yes. How much would those cost normally? A lot of money. So, let's look at already what's just offered if you just do the $100. Let's just do the $100 for kicks and giggles, shall we? You can even do $1 and get 1 miniature. If you got nothing else, folks, put in the friggin' $1. Get a mini, all right? Be part of this. What have you got to lose for $1 and some shipping? Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. So I'm going to show you in its glory what is offered in the basic. Get ready. This is going to be fun. You get, so far, watching me, keep watching, keep watching, keep watching, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You get griffins and wyverns, apes, Yuan-ti, cave-dwelling trolls, female fighters, kobold leaders, Pathfinder iconics, goblin heroes, mini heroes of the iconics. You get the grave ordeal and the ghouls. They have 134 plus miniatures for $100. Calculate that. That's less than $1 a mini, even with tax and shipping. Less than $1 a mini. And the minis aren't all smalls, folks. They're ones like this. Dragons and bigger. That would normally cost you $30 or $40 from Reaper to get. Okay? See the scope of this. They're giving you close to $500 in retail cost minis for $130. You will never, ever get a deal like that other than with Reaper's Bones minis. I've seen other minis out there, and I love you other guys in the mini business. Don't get me wrong. You are pledging more and getting less. Even if they're painted, you are pledging more and getting less. Stop the madness. Even if you don't paint your minis and you put them down as white miniature molds, isn't a mini better than nothing? Really? Now that's not it. All the add-ons for $10, you can get 6 wraiths that are ring wraith type of wraiths. For $10 option adder, you can get the hill giants, 2 hill giants. For $15, you can get Nargloth. Nargloth is the demon Balor. Nasty, and he's got the whip and all, whip and sword. You get the Fire Giant Huntsman for $10. The Trolls option with all more trolls for $12. You get 4 trolls and a troll pug. You get Rocky the small red dragon. They got 5 of him for $12. My favorite and the one I'm getting for $15, the friggin' dragon turtle. When's the last time you see anybody do a dragon turtle mini? Oh, wait, you don't, because there are none out there. So for you that love water adventures, there's your dragon turtle. And Mr. Little Knight is right next to it over there, kind of looking gray. That's how big it is. I've seen it in person. Let me tell you, you don't want to let that one go. The skeletal monsters. Now, they've got the Chimera, they've got the Manticore, and they've got the Owlbear with the skulls. But you can change the skulls and make them into other things. You got the living statues. I always love them because they come off of their base. That's what people don't get. They can come off of their base. You can leave their base where it is and walk them around. You've got, for $12, the Tree of Despair, which is the living tree with the hung souls on it. Baba Yaga's freaking hut. I have been looking for a miniature company that would do it justice. Thank you, Reaper Minis, for finally doing it. And you can stand your figures in the different porches on there. It will hold a normal figure. Love that. Zombie Dragons. The Hill Giant, and again, Baba Yaga, $20 add-on option. Well worth it for what it is. And the legs come off, so you can put them on or off, depending on if it's running or not. The $10 Zombie Dragon. The $10 Hill Giant and Dire Lion option. The $15 We Will Rock You with a rock. Then for $10, you got the King of the Jungle and the King Cobras, the kings. Then Agramon, Duke of Hell. You got the Chronoscope for the moderns for $50. Look at how many Chronoscope minis for $50. Whole lot of minis. Okay, but we're not done. Then you got the Dreadmere. Dreadmere, think of Call of Cthulhu. They have an evil lich in there. They've got the guy who opens up and splits in the center. You can see him in the bottom by the rowboat. You've got guards. You've got rollable things. You've got a Grell. Okay, there's a Grell in the package. You have got Weregators and Wereturtles. You've got other people. You've got a lizard with a holder. You've got a vampire slaying iconic, and you've got the catfish and the other things. Then, of course, we've got the the expansion to the Underdark for $50. Then we're not done. Soon to be added, the Frost Giant Raiderettes. Love them. They are a pair for $15. You got the classic horror that's coming along. You got the Lost Valley. You got the Dukes of Hell. Right now, Reaper Minis has raised $1.883319 million. All right? That's a lot of money. They're going to hit $2 million. They're going to throw a party Saturday up at Reaper Minis in Denton. So any of you guys in the Dallas area, go, go, go. It's the countdown party. I'm going to be there. You're going to see me there. And you will see Mini GM and Miss Kim. They'll be with me. Yep, going to be there. Please, guys, I'm giving a lot of hype to it. But you're not making a mistake. And you know I back many things. I'm telling you. Like, I put this on the Open Legend RPG must-own realm of life, okay? Or on the our guys at Encounter Roleplay with Encounter Will and his module that he's doing for Pathfinder and the campaign setting for Pathfinder and D&D, okay? On that level and higher. This is like getting a candy store of minis. And when it comes to your door, you just get the green stuff, nothing more. Don't get the reds, the purples, the browns, all these other things, because you can get them later if you really don't want to track the money. For $130, you're going to open a box with 130 plus miniatures in it. Tell me that isn't going to be friggin' Christmas for you. You will bounce, you will jump, you will do the happy dance. It's going to come, not next year, first of the following year. It's going to take about a year to get all the runs done. They're going to deliver them to all of you guys first. You get first dibs before it even goes into the store. So no one can touch these before you. They give you new paints if you want to take paint options. Watch the video on the Kickstarters, the Mr. Bones 4. Watch and see these things. They do videos on how big they are. You will not regret this. I'm telling you. Put 200 and some in myself. Not regretting it, okay? Not. So, GM tips from GM Rick. Reaper minis. Give them love, folks. They really do love our community. They listen to what we want in miniatures. They listen to what isn't being produced by WizKids and the rest. No offense to all of them. I have WizKids. You can see them up there. I've got other miniatures from the D&D stuff. Got them up there. Painting 2 vampires from Nozzles. I got them. But my Reapers are my babies. All right. They, to me, are a proud papa's dream. Because you're going to have fun. I'm going to buy one of the things you're going to see me do this weekend. I am buying a mini from Mini Jam. She's going to get one she can paint as one of her rewards for doing well in school. And she'll be able to sit and paint it whatever her little heart desires. I don't care the color scheme. I don't care if it's got puce in it. Don't care. She's going to have so much fun painting her own miniature. It's just going to be well worth it. And I'm going to smile all the way. She's going to have it and enjoy the experience. If a 6-year-old can enjoy this, why can't you? Please, please, please give to it, even if it's $1. Okay, so if every one of you put in $1, say 10,000 in the community, put in $1. That's $10,000. Okay, maybe you do several $1 ones to get several of the minis. Hey, why not do $10 worth of $1 ones, right? Okay, so if everybody, 10,000 people did $10 worth of $1 ones plus shipping. Okay, so figure $15, okay? 15, 16 with tax. So let's drop a cold 20 in there. A C note. You drop a cold C note, what are you going to get? You are going to help them raise $200,000 and a ton of unlocks, which means those random ones coming to you will be real fun to open. It's going to be Christmas. Again, you're going to get 20, well, actually, no, you get 10 little things to open. Wouldn't that be exciting? 10 minis to open. Wouldn't you just love that? Wouldn't it make your day? It would make mine. So I don't work for them. This is just GM Tips asking you, my listeners, and those people that tune into me time to time, please take the time for Reaper Minis. Endorsed by GM Rick, endorsed by Michael Morador, endorsed by DM Leviathan, endorsed by many more you know out there on Twitter that you've seen them post their Reaper Minis. Do it. Take the plunge. You're a gamer. You want things that are good deals. This is a good deal. When's the next time you're going to get $500 or more worth of miniatures of all shapes and sizes, from huge to tiny, for that money? You are not, okay? You just aren't, unless you join the next Mr. Bones. They have another Mr. Bones, which I hope they do. Please do it. Love the staff there. Okay, yeah. One of them got pulled into a political argument. So what? Leave the politics out. Don't mention it in the first place and nobody gets pulled in. And I'm going to say this to you, my friends. Leave your politics at home. I get it. You got causes that are worthy causes. Talk to us offline about them. Talk to your fellow gamers out of the session on them. If you want to have some sessions where you beat up the Nazi, fine. Then do it in your session. But leave the politics, please, at home. And just have freaking mini madness fun. All right? Even if you don't use them in your game, put them up there as scenery. Good Lord, what better scenery for a setting than all the minis? And if you look at all my minis, look at all these things. I leave them out there for a reason. It's scenery, folks. It's beautiful little scenery that says, I'm a gamer. I'm a geek. Geek flag flying as high as it can fly. So, love you guys. Have a great week. Thank you for my rant on Mr. Bones 4. Have fun.